Hello, everyone. So, developing this theme of being an elder has so many angles, and what's coming to me today is looking at even like I open the Instagram and I get all these, women in their 50s or 60s or 70s even showcasing how they don't look like their age and that they're trying to kind of fight the whatever is happening with aging. And even my mom, who is going to be 81 in a week, um, always very proudly says how people don't give her her age, and she feels that that's like some kind of an accomplishment, and just, she's very happy about it. And I'm just very, very interested in what if there is nothing wrong with aging? Again, like aging is positioned as this event, as something that's happening that's like wrong or bad, or like something is happening to the body that's bad. The fact that the skin is looser is bad. The fact that our skin is aging is bad. The fact that something is happening with the hair is bad. And and I want to be kind of the voice of rebellion. And not to say that I don't care if I lose my mobility, or I don't care if I don't feel well. No, of course I care. I care to feel well, and I care to remain mobile, and I care what I put in my body, and I care about my lifestyle, and I care about thoughts that are conducive to my well-being, and I care about boundaries in my behavior and where I put my attention to and where I put my attention. I do care about all this, but I would love to, and this is what I'm trying to create in my own life, is to live in accordance with not resisting what's happening to me, but rather be a compassionate and curious observer, first of all. Like, I'm discovering with curiosity some of the things that are happening to my body, but also focus on other things, because with aging comes somewhat reduced responsibility as the children are growing and becoming more self-sufficient, as my relationship with my husband is more established. At least in my case, we've been married for 35 years. That relationship now requires maintenance rather than like building something from scratch. And I just find, if I allow myself to focus on something outside of my aging, something, besides monitoring my body and fighting this process that is, I find, completely natural, then this opens up so much space for anything. You can build a new business, but you can also just spend time reading. We finally get access to that quietude and some more leisure, and all the time that we didn't really have when we had little children running around and when we were building our career. And it just feels so wasteful to have this beautiful time of life that is not lived in grace. It's so unfortunate, and it is so sad for me when so much effort and resources are expended on fighting this process that is at its root completely normal, completely natural. And just this idea that something is wrong with me, that I need to fight who I am, is so familiar. This is what I was doing when I was a young woman. And at that time, goals were different, ideas about life were different. And I think there is something just so peaceful and wonderful to arrive at this age where I can stop pursuing and striving and all the things that I had to do when I was young, whether it was striving for my career or striving to achieve something or striving to be a perfect mother or a perfect wife. I just feel like in my life I finally reached this point where I feel like I don't really need to achieve anything anymore. Whatever I am still doing, my programs, my work, my writing, it's all driven from from passion. It's all driven from excitement and belief and inspiration. And I think that we live so much longer. Women live longer now statistically, and I think we are more healthy. I'm looking at my own mom and I'm looking at my mother-in-law who is 85, and it's tremendous to see these women thriving. I'm grateful to say that I have beautiful examples in my life. And yet in my peer group, women who are in their 50s or 60s, there is still a lot of that hesitation and a lot of that almost feeling of depression or fear about what's going to happen next. So I'm very, very pro acceptance. I think accepting what's natural, it's really, really wonderful. I love releasing the need to be somebody other than who I am. I absolutely adore this time of life. I'm feeling freer than ever. And so this is what's coming to me today. It feels so revolutionary to not fight aging, but to accept it, to live in it and with it as a normal part of life, and observe the changes with curiosity and openness rather than fighting or trying to resist or trying to control. So that's what I wanted to share today. See you tomorrow.